Hey, it's Mel, and I am so excited. There's so much to tell you about. First of all, thank you for all the birthday wishes, and one of the most incredible gifts that I could have ever imagined happened yesterday. Your support, your talking about sharing, buying, getting copies of The High Five Habit made us not only an instant bestseller, but the New York Times named us the number 2 best-selling book on the New York Times list for advice and how to. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be reading today from chapter 2. And if you're just joining us, my name's Mel Robbins. This is the first book, The High Five Habit, that I've put out in almost 5 years. You have made it an instant bestseller around the world. It is the number 1 book in Canada. It is the number 2 selling book on all of Amazon. Can you hear Jessie? She's still alive. Jessie, you're still alive. I can hear you, honey. The number 2 book on all of Amazon. And it's incredible. Out of those hundreds of thousands of books around the world, you made The High Five Habit the number 2 selling book on all of Amazon. That is incredible. We are now a New York Times bestseller. USA Today just named this to its bestseller list. This is a dream come true. This all happened on my freaking 53rd birthday. And so I'm just so grateful. I'm so excited because you know what? This is the kind of book that's not going to peak and then plummet. This is the kind of book that is going to be around for a long time. And the reason why I can say that is because this book is already changing people's lives. The tools in here, the science in the High Five Habit, it is literally changing people's lives. And that's why I'm here every single day on social media, reading the book to you for free. And why am I doing that? Why am I reading the book for free? Well, because I am really committed to making sure that everybody on the planet learn the simple tools in the High Five Habit and the groundbreaking research that explain why they work. I want everybody on the planet to benefit from the super inspiring stories in this book. And there are lots of people out there that are hurting right now. There are lots of people that can't get their hands on this book. There are lots of people that can't afford the book. And the book is coming out in 23 languages, but right now it's only available worldwide in English. And so I wanted to make sure that regardless of where you are in the world and regardless of whether or not you can afford the book, that you benefit from the book. So today we're reading from chapter 2, and it's probably going to take me until the end of November, but I'm going to keep showing up reading a couple pages a day. We're going to spend about 15 minutes today. And so thank you, thank you, thank you for making The High Five Habit a New York Times bestseller, a USA Today bestseller, the number 2 best-selling book on all of Amazon this week. Thank you for making this the number 1 audiobook in the world. That's you. And if you got something out of the book, please get copies for your friends. If you can afford to buy yourself a book, please get yourself a hardcover. Buy it anywhere that books are sold. Get your highlighter out. We highlighted the cover because I wanted to signal to you that the information in this book is so important. You want to highlight it because it is going to absolutely change your life. So pick up a copy of The High Five Habit. Please support us. Give it to friends, give it to family members, because contained inside this book is the secret to taking control of your life, to learning how to accept and love yourself, and learning how to inspire and motivate yourself to take the steps that you need to take to change your life. That's what we're doing today. Thank you. I see that you running just ordered it for their whole team. I see somebody saying that this is helping with their depression. This is why this book is on the New York Times bestseller list the first week it's out. I mean, that's extraordinary to be number 2. I see J Rose 2114 bought 2 copies, one for me, one for my brother. Yes, it's going to be translated in Croatian. Yes, it's going to be translated in Farsi. Yes, it's going to be translated into Spanish. Yes, it's going to be translated into just about every single language that you can imagine. So please, if you can get yourself a copy or get this for somebody you care about. I see that somebody got it yesterday. They're already in the middle of chapter 8. Somebody else got it and they finished it in a day. This is absolutely amazing. I love what you're saying, Milk Moon House, because it's both the science and the heart of change all in one. I see other people say they've listened to it on Audible and they love the book so much that they got themselves a hardcover. Because this is the kind of book, I can't believe how many of you are reading this over and over and over and over again. Thank you, Susie Bakery, I can't read the rest of it, for saying, I'm buying this for everybody that I know. That's exactly what this book is about. You know how you high five everybody? This book is about learning to give yourself support, encouragement. It's learning about how to pick yourself up, how to cheer yourself forward, and the science that explains why it works. The science is crazy. You see, your brain doesn't know the difference between high-fiving somebody else and high-fiving yourself. So when you go to high-five yourself, your brain gives you a drip of dopamine. Your nervous system gives you a jolt of energy. Yes, it's great for teens. Buy this for your teens. And then here's a little tip for all you parents out there. Buy this for your teens, and when your teens are like, what's this? Pull up my Instagram account, and they'll be like, you know that lady? She's verified? She's got millions of followers, Mom? Be like, yeah, and she wrote the book, and teenagers around the planet are doing it, and it's trending all over TikTok. So your mother knows a little bit more than you think she does, okay? Literally, that's how you handle it with your kids. Also, you could pull up TikTok and go hashtag Mel Robbins, and they will see that there are literally tens of millions of views on TikTok videos with my voice. And they'll be like, you know this lady? And they're like, mm-hmm. And she wrote this book and she said, you need to read it. So shut up. Okay, goodbye. That's how you can handle it with your teens. Okay, everybody? Yes, if you really want to buy the book, freaking just buy it for yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like $16 on Amazon. You will blow that in 4 cups of coffee. Okay? So you can afford to buy a book, everybody, that will change your friggin' life. Can we just go there? If my content, if me showing up for you has ever done anything for you, do me a favor and help yourself by getting this book, because this will be on your bedside table. You can pick it up and crack. I love that you bought one for yourself and for your daughter. Thank you for doing that. This is number 2 on the New York Times because of you. Yes! And what do you say while you give yourself a high five? Claudia, this is the genius part of this, everybody. Don't say a thing. Don't say a thing. In fact, I don't want you to say a thing. You want to know why? Do you know what you do right now when you stand in front of the mirror? You either won't even look at yourself, brushing your teeth, looking around, because 50% of men and women, based on our research, cannot even stare at themselves. They're so disgusted or upset or sad or whatever with how they look or where they are in life. That's sad. So that's a habit of self-rejection. And 91% of women don't like how they look. So right now in the morning, you're already saying horrible things to yourself, because looking away is basically saying, I so don't like you, I'm not even going to look at you. Or if you look at yourself, you sort of pick apart the things you need to fix. This is how you're beginning your morning. This is why you feel stuck. This is why you feel beaten down, because you don't even have a cup of coffee in you yet, and you have already punched yourself in the face mentally. We're going to stop this with the high five habit. So back to Claudia's question, what do I say? You literally don't say anything, because the high five does the work for you. When you go to do a high five to yourself in the mirror, everybody, your brain recognizes the gesture. This is a field of study called neurobics. All of the positive programming associated with a high five is already in your subconscious. How cool is that? And so you don't say a thing. You have to turn and just look in the mirror, everybody. That's the hard part. Look in your own eyes. Seriously, look in your own eyes. See if you can see through your face, and see if you can see the human being that's in there. See if you can see what they're feeling this morning. And then all you're going to do is raise your hand and high five the person. And my friend Jason Wilson, love that man. He's the best-selling author of Battle Cry, Men Don't Cry, or Cry Like a Man. He holds his hands up there. And it's a real spiritual moment for him where he looks at himself in the eyes. And the act of raising your hand does all of the communicating for you. Because you've only ever high-fived somebody and said, I love you, I see you, I got you, we got this, you're going to be okay, keep going, we can do this. That's what a high five says. So the gesture alone communicates it to you. So you don't say a word. That's the beautiful part of this. And by the time your hand gets to that mirror, the dopamine's released, so you feel a shift in your mood. How many of you, I love this book so damn much, people are saying, I love it too. If you loved the book, buy a copy for somebody that you love. Seriously, you want to do something incredible if you loved this book? Go to Amazon right now and think of somebody who needs this and just send it to them as a gift. Send it to them with a gift. I mean, imagine that. Like, we always want to lift other people up. Give them a tool that will teach them how to lift themselves up. So go to Amazon if there's somebody you care about and just surprise them. Send this to them as a gift. Like, we're always thinking about how can I help somebody else? Do that. If you haven't bought this for yourself, get yourself a copy. Okay? I'm glad you're saying, Mel, that I don't have to say anything because I kept feeling like I was doing it wrong. I couldn't help but wonder, am I supposed to do this? Is this right? Do I say this? You can say something if you want, but I'd rather you try it for 5 days and you just go up to the mirror and you say nothing and you just look at yourself and be with yourself and you'll be surprised by the emotion. I love that you're buying this for your nieces. I'm getting a question about the challenge and then we're going to jump in and read. So what is the challenge? As part of the book, we created something called the High Five Challenge. Look at all these beautiful human beings doing what's called the High Five Challenge. The High Five Challenge, here's the URL. Go to highfivechallenge.com. I realize it's backwards. We will put it in the Instagram and we will pin it to the top. So if you go to highfivechallenge.com, we'll pin this right now. I'm sure, Amy, can you jump on there and see if we can pin this? Or somebody on the team, can you see if you can get into Instagram and pin High Five Challenge for us? Awesome. I love this. Penny said, I started the challenge this week and I've seen a mood shift within myself and my children. I've started high-fiving myself every time I pass by a mirror for a few days. It's transformative. Do you want to know why it's transformative, everybody? Because you're using science to change your mood and confidence. When you pass a mirror and you high-five yourself, instead of going, ugh, you go like this, you give yourself a boost of dopamine. Dopamine is like a miracle drug, everybody. It's in your own brain and it boosts your mood and it helps with focus. And the nervous system recognizes that high five in the mirror as a little celebratory jolt. So I want, yes, if you're 62 and it bothered you that your twin daughters are starting to kind of pick themselves apart, get them a copy of this book. So the High Five Challenge, highfivechallenge.com, everybody. This is a 5-day free challenge. You go there, you log into a platform called Growth Day. We are not doing this in a Facebook group because I hate the ads and I hate how people start to cross post. I wanted just a community that was going to be safe, encouraging. There are 106,000 amazing human beings from 91 countries currently taking the High Five Challenge. Every day you just log in, you watch a video from me, you do a journal prompt, which is backed by science. It helps you go deeper. Then you go into the comments and you share a photo of yourself, which 106,000 people are participating in. This is the squad you need. This is the empowering crew that you've been missing. You want to feel encouraged. You want to feel like you're not alone. Get into the High Five Challenge. Not only is it not too late, we are doing it like live every day. Day 5 is tomorrow, but it's going to be evergreen. So even if you bump into this video 10 years from now, you can go to High Five Challenge and you can take the challenge for free. Again, why? Do you need to have the book to take the challenge? No. You want to know why? Because I know people are hurting. If you can afford to buy the book, get it. If you loved the book and you've got somebody in your life that needs some support, please surprise them, send them a copy of the book, okay? Oh, one more thing. We have a beautiful competition going on. If you go to social media pages, we announced a contest. If you, in honor of my 53rd birthday and in honor of you and in honor of this book being an instant bestseller, we are giving away this incredible gift box that has a sweatshirt and a book and all kinds of stuff to you and 5 of your friends. All you need to do to enter is go to social media and tag your 5 best friends. They all need to follow me and you'll be automatically entered to win, each and every one of you, one of these incredible boxes. Okay? So that's there for you too. We're doing all kinds of stuff for you because I think that it's important that after the last 18 months, everybody have the tools and the support and the community and the information that they need to change their lives. Okay, so let's read a little bit. So I got about 10 minutes that I can read. Here we go. Okay, so we're on, what page did we end on? I don't even know what page I ended on. I think research backs this up. We're on page 20. Okay, so for those of you that like to read along as I read The High Five Habit, New York Times bestseller, USA Today bestseller, Audible bestseller, #2 most sold book on Amazon this past week. Thank you, everybody. Grab your copies, read along. It's story time, page 20. Research backs this up. Look, I even highlight my own book. Look at this, everybody. See? There is important information inside this book that you're going to want, okay? You're going to want your copy. The motivational power of a high five has been well documented. In fact, wait until you hear what researchers discovered about high fives when studying the best way to motivate kids in the face of challenging tasks. In one study, school-age kids were split into 3 groups and asked to complete difficult tasks. Then, the researchers gave them one of 3 different forms of encouragement. The kids were either praised for a trait, and that's like when you're like, hey, you're so smart, you're so talented. That was one group. Or the second group, the kids were told that they were working really hard and they were praised for their effort. You're really dedicated. Or the third group of kids that were working on this challenging task, they were simply given a high five. And the high five in this documented academic research study was hands down the best motivator. Here's why. The kids who were working on a challenging problem, who were told that they were smart, talented, or skilled, were actually the least motivated, and they had the least amount of fun. The kids who were praised for their effort showed greater enjoyment and exhibited a higher level of persistence. But it was the kids who got the simple high five that blew the researchers' minds. The kids who got the high five felt the most positive about themselves and their efforts. And check this out. They kept going for the longest. Persistence, people, despite making mistakes. In fact, the results were so clear that the researchers titled this academic study, High Fives Motivate, when they published it in the academic journal Frontiers in Psychology. Researchers concluded that giving a high five to somebody is what they called a shared celebration. Holding up your hand with a big smile on your face are 2 instantly recognizable signs of genuine pride and encouragement. A high five means you are celebrating with the other person. You are passing your energy to them. That is so different from offering just, hey, good job, keep going. When you get a high five, you feel seen and affirmed as a person. It's true, isn't it? Like, let's practice this right now. I'm gonna high five you. You ready? So as you're watching me on whatever platform you're watching me on, here we go. I'm going to look at you and I'm going to smile because I believe in you and I know things are challenging right now, but I want you to know that I have your back. And so I'm giving you a high five. Right there. A high five to you. And I bet you felt affirmed. You felt seen. You felt a little shift in energy, didn't you? That's the science here. You see, your brain recognizes this. I'm celebrating you. I am. That's why I'm raising my hand. Your brain's like, oh, here comes a high five. Drip of dopamine, little jolt of energy. You felt it right then, didn't you? You can actually manufacture that for yourself in your own body. That's why this is so cool. And, here's the other thing. When you get a high five, you feel seen and affirmed, not for your skills, not for your effort, not for your grades. You are being praised and recognized for just being you. I don't even know where you are in the world right now. I don't know what you're wearing, what you're doing, what you're facing. And here, when I do this to you, you feel that I see you. I love this. I see my fiance and I high five each other now each morning in the bathroom. We high fives ourselves and it really does boost our mood. That's incredible. That's incredible. My mood has been great this week because of the high five on day 4 of the high five challenge in. And it's unbelievable. I'm starting to think about all the things I've accomplished in my life that I don't give myself credit for. I love, love, love that y'all are trying this, that you're enjoying it, that you're buying a copy of this book for your friends. This is fantastic. Repeating mantras and statements like I love you can be powerful. So this goes to your question, do I need to say anything when I high five myself? We're going to get into this. I'm recommending no. I'm recommending that you do the high five and you don't say anything for 5 days, that you look at yourself and you just be with yourself and you high five yourself and send yourself into the day, okay? That's what I'm recommending. Then you can start to put little notes of affirmation on your mirror. You can start to add in a mantra that you want to work on with the high five, but let's just do it in silence first so you can feel the power and the science of this thing, okay? Repeating mantras and statements like, I love myself can be powerful, but research proves that unless you believe the mantra you're saying, your mind actually rejects the mantra you're saying. So in chapter 7, we dig way into this, and you're going to learn how to create what's called meaningful mantras. Those are positive statements that your mind can embrace. This is also why a high five is so amazing. Your mind won't reject it because it's always associated the high five with believing in the person that you're giving it to. Plus, a high five isn't passive. It's not verbal. When you give yourself a high five, you are actually demonstrating to your own brain, hey, I'm the kind of person that cheers for me. I'm the kind of person that believes in myself. I'm the kind of person that's nice to myself. It's a physical act of joining in with yourself and acknowledging yourself and trusting yourself. As Bridget found when she started practicing this habit each day, this is what Bridget said, it's one thing to say positive things to yourself in your mind. It's a whole nother thing to act the feeling out. It gives it more meaning. How many of you have felt that? That it's one thing to try to stand in front of the mirror and be like, okay, I love myself, and it doesn't really hit. But when you act out the behavior of self-love, it's a totally different feeling, everybody. It gives it more meaning. It bolsters the action, and it helps you truly believe in yourself and your worth. Actions speak louder than words. I think we're going to stop there because we'll read one more thing, and then we're going to end. Do we have time, or do I need to bolt? Okay, one more thing. We're on page 22 for those of you following along. In chapter 2, it's all about the science, okay? This is one of the people that, I've done almost 53 podcast interviews, everybody. And one of the studies that people ask me about the most is this study with NBA teams here in the United States and the power of a high five to create a winning team. And so pay attention to this, okay? If you manage a team, if you want to impact your family, pay attention to the research around high fives and winning teams in the NBA. A high five also helps you build trust in yourself and your ability to win in life. University of California, Berkeley researchers studied NBA players' habits of success. At the beginning of a season, they recorded how often players gave each other high fives and other signs of encouragement, like fist bumps. Using the number of high fives during a game at the beginning of the season, the researchers then predicted which teams would have the best records at the end of the season. You want to know something? The best NBA teams, those who made it to the championships, were the ones who gave the most high fives at the start of the season. Why are high fives such good predictors of a positive outcome? Well, it comes down to trust. The teams who high-fived one another in the preseason were constantly lifting each other up. The physical touch says, I got your back. Let's go. We got this. It helps you shake off a bad play or a missed shot. It lifts your mood. It communicates confidence. And it reminds you that no matter where we're at in this game, we can still win because a high five is always optimistic, right? The team that high fives one another believes in each other and their ability as a team to win. They played like they trusted each other. The unspoken power they shared helped them become unstoppable. Now, here's the interesting part. The worst teams in the NBA barely touched. They had terrible body languages. No high fives, no fist bumps, no pats on the back, nada. And it showed. They constantly made selfish, inefficient plays, and their records reflected it. Even if a team has good players, that's not enough to win. When you are high-fived through every moment of practice, through the whole season, and right to winning a championship, what it does is it creates a feeling and a culture of celebration and encouragement. It makes you give it your all selflessly. That's the feeling you need. And you can create that partnership with yourself practicing the high five habit. Because when you stand in your bathroom every single morning and you look yourself in the eye, because there's another human being in there with you. There's a human being in the mirror. Stop calling it a reflection. That is a human being staring back at you. That is your partner in life. The two of you are a team. I think the human being in the mirror represents your soul and your spirit and your humanity and your hopes and your dreams. And you need to wake up and start to cheer for that person. I want you, just like the best, winningest championship NBA teams do, I want you to send yourself into the game of life every day, creating partnership with the human being in the mirror, knowing that no matter what happens today, you've got your own back. You believe that you are strong enough to face it. You believe you're playing a game in this life of yours that's worth winning. You believe that you can, through encouragement, through support, and through celebration, face whatever happens and still win. And I believe that too. So we are ending today on page 23 on chapter 2. I will be right back here tomorrow at right around the same time, I think, which is, I think, 8:30 Eastern. We're going to aim for 9 o'clock Eastern, something like that. You know, I don't like to, what time are we doing it?
We're in Pacific time.
Oh, we are? Oh, we're in Pacific time. See, I don't even know where the hell I am. I'm in Los Angeles right now. This has been absolutely crazy. And Kathleen, I love what Kathleen said. The high five habit has been transformational. She feels like she has flipped a switch. Terry says she's a stay-at-home mom, and this book is a game changer. Yes, this is a brand new book. We are a New York Times bestseller, an instant bestseller, the #2 selling book last week on all of Amazon. If you are enjoying this and can afford a book, please buy a book today. If you've listened to the book or have already read the book and you got something out of it, as everybody seems to, I see Nadine say this book is a godsend. Let's get the word out. Buy a couple copies for your friends. Send it to people that you care about. Start sharing about it on social media. For those of you in the challenge, I'm so excited to see you all today inside the challenge. If you can afford to buy a book, you're going to want this. You're going to want to come back to it. You're going to want to study it. This, at 56, I'm getting rid of fears that I've had for years. I'm supporting myself. This is Tom, who's saying day 4 of the High Five Challenge, which you can still jump into, highfivechallenge.com. Let's pin that URL to this broadcast, everybody, highfivechallenge.com, and you can jump into it for free. And when you do that, you're going to get support from me. I am going to jump off, and ironically, I'm going to jump on with Brendan Bouchard in just a couple minutes. Some more free coaching is coming. I love all of you. Why do you cry when you high five yourself? That's a good thing. You're crying because you're coming home. You're crying because you've been so disconnected from yourself and rejecting yourself and being so negative that the high five and feeling that sense of partnership and trust that you're creating with the human being in the mirror, it's healing, it's divine, it's deep, it's cathartic, it's what you've needed. That's why you're crying when you start high-fiving yourself. And if you're not feeling anything, hold your hand up there. Go slower. I think you're probably just trying to slap the mirror and move forward. Hold your hand up and be with yourself and see what you start to feel. And definitely jump into the High Five Challenge, okay? Make sure you get into the High Five Challenge. I'm going to add the High Five Challenge right here to this stream. And we will see everybody. I think I can do that. Pin comment. I can do things. I can do this. Okay, great. I think that's it. So in case nobody else tells you today, I'm going to tell you I believe you, in you. I love you. I believe in your ability to do the work, to change your mindset, and to start taking the action that actually changes your life. With the High Five Habit, you're going to learn using science how you can believe and love yourself again, too. All right, everybody. High five. You guys are going to have to end that because I can't.